Recording in progress.
Well, good morning. I'd like to call the Tuesday, September 20th, 2022 meeting of the Board of County Commissioners to order. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. First order of business is opening and reading of bids, but we don't have any this week. Next, we'll move on to the accounts payable docket. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved. A motion to approve.
I'll second it.
Commissioner Fleming, how do you vote?
Aye.
Commissioner Baxmeyer, how do you vote?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Next are the bills passed by the St. Joseph County Council. The first is Bill 95-21, which is now Ordinance 107-22, establishing the salaries and fixing the number of employees for St. Joseph County for the year 2022. Is there a motion?
Motion to approve.
I'll second.
Commissioner Fleming, how do you vote?
Aye.
Commissioner Baxmeyer, how do you vote?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Next is consideration of Bill 95-21, which is now Ordinance Number 108-22, establishing salaries and fixing the number of employees at Portage Manor. Any question? Is there a motion?
A motion to approve.
I'll second.
Commissioner Fleming, how do you vote?
Aye.
Commissioner Baxmeyer, how do you vote?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Next is Bill 116-22, which is now Ordinance 109-22. I believe this is an amendment to the budget.
Yeah.
I didn't see it on here.
Additional sums of money. Yeah.
Yes, additional sums. Is any question? Is there a motion?
A motion to approve.
I'll second.
Commissioner Fleming, how do you vote?
Aye.
Commissioner Baxmeyer, how do you vote?
Aye. Next is Bill 118-22, which is now Ordinance Number 110-22. Again, a ordinance for additional sums. Any questions? If not, do we have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second?
Commissioner Fleming, how do you vote?
Aye.
Commissioner Baxmeyer, how do you vote?
Aye.
Motion carries.
And finally, we have Bill number 113-22, which is now Ordinance 111-22. It's authorizing the issuance of the county's taxable economic development tax increment revenue bonds for one or more series, the proceeds of which are for Project Honeysuckle or an affiliate thereof. Any question?
Honeysuckle.
This is for the tax increment finance
Right.
bonds.
Mhm. Yes. And motion to approve.
I'll second.
Commissioner Fleming, how do you vote?
Aye.
Commissioner Baxmeyer, how do you vote?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Moving on to human resources. Approval of quote for actuarial services. Kim, good morning.
Good morning. Kim Karkowitz, Human Resource Director, St. Joseph County, offices on the 7th floor of this building. I brought to you today a quote and agreement for actuary services that we do every year on our medical program that we have that covers St. Joseph County active employees, retiree employees, and those in our interlocal group that are also on our plan. For these services, they develop a renewal rate and COBRA rates for the policies and review our plan to make sure that we keep our plan healthy. This is a new partner for our actuary services. We are trying out Gallagher, who is also part of our broker team. And the broker was going to be on the meeting if there was any questions.
Any questions?
I don't have any questions because I talked to you, so I've got the answers, so yeah.
And this is a continuation of what we've done in the past, just with a different actuary.
Correct, and we do this every year to make sure that we keep our plan healthy and we keep our rates in line.
Right.
There being no further questions, do we have a motion?
A motion to approve the actual services for the Gallagher.
Second?
Commissioner Fleming, how do you vote?
Aye.
Commissioner Baxmeyer, how do you vote?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next is the Health Department. Approval to renew the contract with Lori Miro. Anybody here to speak on that? Lori has been providing these services in the past, and this will continue that service for the Health Department
Yeah. And
going
that's-
forward.
That's to help with the COVID continuously. That's what she's for, is that it, going out to do,
I'm not sure.
I just
That's what
talked to
I
her
thought I read
yesterday, I
about it.
believe it.
It's
for
the, okay.
yeah.
Do you have
Okay,
any further questions?
no.
If not, do we have a motion?
Motion to remove the contract with Lori Miro.
I'll second.
Commissioner Fleming, how do you vote?
Aye.
Commissioner Baxmeyer, how do you vote?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Next, infrastructure planning and infrastructure planning and growth, the consent agenda. We only have one item on here, that's the Morris 100 Festival, scheduled to take place on September 30th and October 1st, celebrating 100 years, submitted by the city. Any questions on the consent agenda item? If not, do we have a motion?
A motion to approve the consent agenda.
I'll second.
Commissioner Fleming, how do you vote?
Aye.
Commissioner Baxmeyer, how do you vote?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Moving on, Consultant Selection Award, bridge replacement on Walnut Creek.
Sky Metters, County Engineer, Department of Infrastructure Planning and Growth, offices on the 7th and 11th floor of this building. What this is the consultant selection process that we went through per NDOT's requirements for this federal job that we'd gotten federal aid for replacing the bridge on Walnut Road over Potato Creek. This selection was for a consultant to perform the services of preliminary engineering and right-of-way services. We had 5 consultants submit letters of interest on that, and we had a selection committee of 4 people, and those 4 people reviewed all of those LOIs, and the firm that was selected from that group was VS Engineering, and what we're asking the board to do is to award that selection so that we can begin negotiations with them and develop an agreement for this project. So we're asking that the board approve the award of this project to VS Engineering, and that the allows the Division of Public Works, to go into negotiations for preliminary engineering and right-of-way.
Because this was a qualifications-based selection.
Yes, sir. Yes.
And you recommended that the VS Engineering, right?
Yes, a selection group of 4 people reviewed the LOIs, and based on the scoring, they were the highest.
Okay.
Any other questions? If not, do we have a motion?
Motion to approve the bridge replacement with the VS Engineering.
I'll second that for preliminary engineering.
Commissioner Fleming, how do you vote?
Aye.
Commissioner Baxmeyer, how do you vote?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Next is approval of an as-needed agreement with Lockmuller Group.
Sky Matters again. This is an agreement with Lockmuller Group for any as-needed services. We have several of these agreements with other engineering consultants in the area, and what it does is it allows us, if we need their help in something, we get a scope letter from them to approve the fee, and then it goes towards this as-needed amount. This way, if we need services quickly or if there are other things we need, we can get that taken care of. This agreement is in the amount of $150,000, and we seek your approval.
This is, as you said, this is similar to other agreements we have on an as-needed basis with other firms.
Yes, we have this similar type agreement with, I believe, just in the Division of Engineering itself, we have this agreement with, I believe, 4 other firms. And I think redevelopment even has as-needed agreements too with consulting engineers.
So they can get things done.
Yes, so what happens if I have something I need them to look at, I'll have them prepare a scope letter, and then we'll go through the fee, and then I'll sign off of it, and that fee will go towards this amount.
Any further questions? Entertain a motion.
Motion to approve the as-needed agreement with the Lockmuller Group.
I'll second that.
Commissioner Fleming, how do you vote?
Aye.
Commissioner Baxmeyer, how do you vote?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you.
There being no old business, we will move to public comments.
Good morning, Dan Caruso, 305 Compton Street, New Carlisle. I've been seeing all kinds of reports and all positive and wonderful, and everything is just great about this proposed battery plant coming into New Carlisle and how wonderful it's going to be for everybody. And I know that is not the case. They have gone back on all, they promised that we're going to rail stuff in and rail stuff out. There's going to be hardly any impact of truck service into and out of that area. Now at President Ray's report last week, there is absolutely no mention of rail service, and he indicated that rail service would not be utilized, and we're going to see 150 to 200 semis per day bringing raw materials in, taking finished products out. That goes against what they had originally proposed. I am just concerned about the workforce. Where are they going to get these 1,600 to 1,700 workers? How much will they be compensated? Because in a report from an interview with President Ray this morning, he said, oh, we're going to bring people in and they're going to build houses and they're going to live in the area and they're going to buy cars, and it's going to be wonderful for the businesses in the area who are going to realize the money that these people are going to spend in their stores. Well, I got to tell you, $19 an hour, $40,000 a year for a majority of the employees who will be working there is not going to afford a house, is not going to afford a car, is not going to afford a family. And I'm concerned now about where they're going to get these workers. And I don't care if they get them from Mars. They should allow them to be unionized, not say we're going to give them the option of saying whether they want to be unionized or not, because my experience with the migrant farm workers in Southern California is if anybody in that situation indicated they'd like some sort of an organization, guess who wouldn't be there the next day to work? Go back home. That's exactly what will happen here. There are going to be offshore, overseas workers brought in to work these places, to work this place, because there are plenty of job openings in this area now for the people making that kind of money with benefits. Check Rensselaer in LaPorte. Check Howmet in LaPorte. There's all kinds of good paying, good benefit jobs in this area that they can't fill now. What makes these people think they're going to fill these same type of $20 an hour paying jobs with benefits? They'll bring up with benefits, yeah, okay, but you got to work there 30 years to take advantage of the 401k. The benefits are in the future. You have to live now, and they are not going to pay people here the wages needed to live here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other public comments from people in the room? If not, let's move to those who are online. Any comments that anyone wishes to make? Seeing none, I will entertain a motion to recess.
So moved.
Second?
Commissioner Fleming, how do you vote?
Aye.
Commissioner Baxmeyer, how do you vote?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
calling you right up.